ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Season 3 here of the MRC Racing. I am your host, Kata. We are coming to you from a sunny Melbourne for the Australian Grand Prix. Qualifying has just got underway and we are on board with the Haas driver of Leclerc for the flying lap. And let's see how he gets on the first lap of the day for him. As you come down this long DRS straight into turn 1, Brabham, flick it over, keep it right on that curve for turn 2. That's Jones now, the second DRS straight. Black screen. Oh, hang on. I know what I've done wrong. Apologies for this. I forgot to add F1 2019 to this game section. Oh, he's crashed as well. You've missed it. Sorry. Bear with. That's the wrong one. Hang on. It's alright. I'll just try to remember what. So it's been a while since I've done this. Window capture, there we go. That'll do. It's not the game bar. It's that one. Is it working now? Why is that not working? Apologies for this. Let's remove that. I should have set this up earlier, but it slipped my mind. It'll work on this one, but I just want to grab that and move over to here. Sorry. I'm nearly there. There we go. That's the logo to the back. And there we go. Sorry about that. I don't know if exactly what's happened. I saw Leclerc have a little crash down at turn 3 on the exit. Obviously, a slight bit of oversteer, and I think he's on his way back to the pits. He's definitely taken some right wing damage, as you can tell. So sorry about that delay. Sorry you had to miss Leclerc crashing. I know you all wanted to see that. So let's have a look at someone else. Mirari is. The screen shows he's on a flying lap, but he's just come out of the pits. So, oh. Okay, there's an issue with Mirari. So let's on board then with Beefs. He has just come out of the pits. He is on a outlap, so won't be doing anything spectacular, hopefully, just yet. Yeah, so Mark is currently leading with 21.1 or 21.2 really. Followed by Casson, Rowe, Pavel, Jerry, and then Mr. Fist there in 6th. Everyone doing their laps on the soft tyres. So just waiting for Beefs in the other Haas to get his installation up underway with. Never has just come out of the pits. Just quickly on this track, there are 3 DRS sections, of which there are 2 detection points. The home straight and the straight between 2 and 3 is detection point is actually just here, really early on, and it can be good, it can be bad. So we'll see how that works out in the race. So detection point is actually 3 corners before the straight happens. So that's quite interesting. Here is that DRS straight, and here we go. Let's see if this one works. As we go down the home straight towards turn 1 and 2, the right, long left of Brabham and Jones, and Beach throws it in, and then get that DRS wide open, use the curve on the exit. DRS wide open now, as I say, down towards turn 3. This is a really tricky corner. Great chance to overtake, though, going into it. Don't put it down too hard on the exit. Run it onto turn 4. Don't go too wide. That curve on the outside is dangerous. Flip over to the left through turn 5. Keep as much power down as you dare. Then into turn 6 and 7. This long left. Turn 8 is this long right. Leading up towards turn 9 and 10. The Clark chicane. Down the gears into 3rd gear. He's actually doing a bit of accelerating and braking at the same time. They're obviously not getting off one onto the other as quickly as he would like. Through this long left hand, it's not a turn, but you come up to turns 11 and 12, and this is really tricky. He's just hit that one a bit too much. Keep the back end. He has not kept the back end, but he's not taken a wheel off, and that's the important part. He's absolutely destroyed the front end of that car, though, and this corner has claimed many drivers over the years, just taking too much curve on the exit at turn 12, and that's what happens when you do it. And he's. In fact, he was fine. His wing was fine until he just hit that wall there. So that's a bit of a shame for him. He's now on his way back to the pits. He'll be going again. He's actually doing a lot of acceleration and braking at the same time. It's interesting to see that. See if he does it here. Yeah, so he's still got his foot on the accelerator. You can see the green line on the bottom right is still up when he was full on brake. So he's going to have to be careful with that. We don't want to lose the back end. Back on board then with Neved. Let's see if he repeats it. He's coming up to the Clark chicane himself. He could take a little more on the inside, but oh, he's lost it on the exit. Turn 10. And that's some front wing damage for him. Crucially though, no wheel. It's knocked off for him. We're seeing a lot of people still trying to get used to how these cars handle. It's obviously proving a little bit harder than most people expect. So look on board then with Hob, our host here today. As he comes up to turn 3. Let's see how he handles. He's on the medium tyres. We've seen people struggling on the softs. How is he going to handle these mediums? Is he just going to creep around the track? We've got just over 10 minutes left of the session. And this is going to be a real test of his ability today. How much has he practiced? I think maybe what's catching people out at the moment is the lack of practice. Murray puts it up into P3 for now. Hob on the mediums. Let's see what he does. Let's see if he can hold it on Clark. Nicely taken on the inside there. Getting that power down beautifully there. He's obviously putting a bit of practice. Let's see if he's putting practice on the two corners that really matter. Turn 11 and 12. How much power is he going to take through this? He's lost it as well. He's in the wall. And, oh, crikey. That was nearly a flip. Okay, so even Hobbs lost it on that corner. Let's see, where's Jerry? Oh, he's coming out to it as well. I think I've had a bit of commentator's curse on every single driver so far. No one seems to have kept it out of all when I've been watching them. Guys are obviously trying to push it as hard as they can. And with 9 minutes left of the session. And so you're going to lose the back end. He's held the back end. A little late on the DRS, but he held the back end, which is crucial. Now, as we go through Ascari, turn 30, we've not actually commentated on this part yet. Into turn 14 in the other right hand, not quite as slow as 13. Keep it to the right then for the tight turn 15 for Prost. Power down now, through 16. Carry as much speed through this corner as you can, or as you dare. DRS wide open, coming towards the line. And you do a 22.1 then for Jerry in the Mercedes. So, oh, Casson goes fastest with 20.7. Storming lap then for the McLaren boy. And let's see, is Mark on a flyer? He is. We'll see. Rose survived turn 12. That's good for him. We'll go on board with Mark, who is coming up to the dreaded corners, the Sector 2. So far, we've seen 3 people hit the wall in Sector 2. He survived that one. Well, Sector 2 in a couple of corners. Sector 2 ends just before you get to turn 11, about there. He's up by a 10th. So how much space is he going to carry through? He runs a little. He had that one under control. He knew what he's doing through that corner. Let's go quickly back. Rose done. Pavel, easy through that corner. Let's go back on board then quickly with Mark. He's coming through the last few corners now. Let's see, can he get up to the same level as Casson? Casson did a 20.7. Mark did a 21.2. A little slow through that part there, but he's got that power down, got that DRS open. Going to run out of DRS before he gets to the line. Is that going to cost him? He does improve, but I don't think that would have cost him a faster lap. Pavel is not sure whether he's going. He's made a very late decision. In. And he is in. Obviously made a mess of the lap and threw it in the pits. Reifers. It is then in the Red Bull. He's coming out to these tricky corners. Oh, a little bit of opposite turn in there, but he held it through the corner. That was the important part. Where's Beefs? Beefs is just about to finish a lap. He had an incident already so far. He goes to P5 for now. He'll be happy with that. 6 minutes, just under 6 minutes left. Under 7 minutes, sorry. Greif is coming around the final corner now. Let's see what he can do. Using all the available curve on the exit. Coming up to the line. It's going to be a little bit slow, but it's a time on the board, which is more can be said for Hob and Neved so far. Let's see where those two are. Neved is coming up to turn 6 and 7 here. Hob is on an outlap, so where is Mr. Fist? Here, oh, Mr. Fist is coming up to the corners. I feel really bad for watching them just to see if they crash in these corners, but it can be spectacular, and I think they're starting to get a feel for the track. It's getting rubbered in, so people are obviously finding a little bit more grip there now. Or maybe they've just seen what other people are doing, going, I'm going to take it really easy through these corners. I'm not going to risk it. Sector 3 yellow flag. Is that coming up ahead? I think we've just gone past it because we've got green flags. There's no issues by the looks of things. So Never coming around the final few corners now. He needs to get a time. A little too much on the inside there potentially, but doesn't run too far on the exit. Down the gears he goes, then power down. Up you go. Hold that throttle beautifully around that the final corner. He's going to be off the pace, but it's a time on the board, and it's P4, which is not too bad. Second row then for Neved. Where is Hobb in the McLaren? He's just gone through turn 3, so let's stick with him. Can he survive the lap to put in a time? 5 minutes left, or 5 and a bit left of this session. Not got long if he wants to put in a lap. It is getting towards the calm before the storm. A lot of the front runners are in the pits. A handful out on track. Never's obviously on his way in along with Mr. Fist. Hobb is going for a flying lap. Yellow in sector 2, that's probably just been caused by Mr. Fist getting out of the way there. But here comes Hobb up to the turn 11 and 12. No pressure. So it actually looks like he's taken a little bit carefully through that corner. Interesting. Obviously knows that is so easy to lose your back end round it. But he has survived, and that's the important part. He will get a time on the board. And we'll see how he's doing. We've got 4.5 minutes left of the session. He's going to have to do this and the in lap. He's coming straight into the pits actually. He's not going for it. So as it stands, he will be P12, but at least he's in the pits. Let's see where Pavel is. He's gone for a different tactic. He's out on a flyer. Rari has retired. That's yellow in sector 3. Where's that? Is that at turn 12? Have we missed an actual DNF at the exit of turn 12? Pavel will take us up towards it now as he's coming around the long left-hander towards turn 11 and 12. In this beautiful Ferrari, taking as much of that curve as he can. A little too much on that one. Didn't lose the back end though. That's always so hard to keep that back end in the right place. Yellow in sector 3 again. He's just off that apex, and that could be costly. As he's coming up towards the Prost corner now. So just 2 corners to go there for the Ferrari man. And he's chucked it in the pits. He doesn't feel that. He knows that he gets one more shot at it. And it is definitely calm before storm. There's only one man actually out on track, which is Greifus. So we'll sit with him for a little bit and see how he gets on. I'm just going to have a quick drink because it is absolutely baking in this room right now. It is currently 28.1 degrees in my room. It is 26 and a bit outside. So I'm rather warm. Greifus taking it very carefully around those corners. It's going to be interesting come the race. See how carefully people take it, particularly on lap 1. When you come up to these corners, you can have people behind you. People are going to be fighting for position. They could go too wide through those. And if you just get caught out by the fact someone's trying to come past you, we can see some horrific accidents going through that corner. So here comes Greifus then. Casson is already out on track with 2.5 minutes left of the session. And there's someone else just come out there. That's Leclerc. He's on his way out to set himself a time. Oh, Greifus just lost it on turn 2. He's lucky not to collect Leclerc there. He's got to turn this around quickly. And don't hit the wall. That's made a mess of his lap. He's been disqualified for going the wrong way. Not sure what he was trying to do. He just made a complete mess of the corner and then decided he wanted to go back the wrong way. No logic, in all honesty, in his decision there. No offence to the lad, but if you spun, get back on the track, get going, and try and get a lap in, considering you were P12 at the time. So here comes Casson. He is on a flyer in the McLaren. He's got 1 shot. Actually, he's got 2 shots if he fancies it. If he's got the fuel for 2, he can take another lap. Yellow in sector 3, that is probably people just backing up, so not too much to worry about. Casson does have Jerry ahead of him, who is on an outlap and gets out of the way perfectly. Well done to Jerry for that. It's one of the things you quite often see in online lobbies, even in league races sometimes, it's just people accidentally blocking because they think they've can just go with it. They're not affecting the guy behind's lap, but even if you're 2 seconds, 3 seconds in front of the driver on a flying lap, you are affecting his lap. You are there. Even right behind him, you're still affecting their lap. You just... I don't want to call everyone an annoyance, but sometimes you are a bit of an annoyance. Just being there can put off the driver. Particularly if he doesn't know what you're doing. But here comes Casson, 2 corners to go. Has he improved? Is he going to go for another one? Hobb has retired. Yellow in sector 2 and 3. Is that a crash then for Hobb? I think it might have been. Here comes Casson up towards the line. Is he going to improve? Yes, he does. Nearly half a second improvement. That is huge then. And I think that is him done. Yes, that'll be him done. He's down into mode 0. Mark is just going through turn 4 and 5. Let's have a look where Leclerc is. He's coming up. It's through the clock again. Let's stick with Leclerc then. On the softs. Can he get it up towards the front end of this grid? Have a look where Rowe is quickly. No, we'll stick with Leclerc. Yeah. As he's just gone through turn 12 nice and neatly. No lows in the back end. I think people have learnt where the grip is now. Checker flag has come down. So it is do or die now for the remaining drivers out on track. Leclerc then, just 2 corners to go. He needs to find something in a low... let's just say a mid 120 he'll be happy with. He's a bit off the apex there. If he can get into 20s or 21s... And he does into a 21.9. He's P7 as it stands. As Marcus retired from the session. I'm not sure. Is that his car straight down there? Let's come on board with Pavel. Final corner. Power down for him. P8 as it stands. And he's jumped up to P4. Where's his teammate? Just behind him. Oh, a little bit of lag then for Rowe. And that might have actually cost him. Doesn't improve. Jerry just coming up to the final corner now. He looks a little off the pace. And I think he might just improve, but not by much. And I can't see where he ended up. It looks like it's a 21.9. He's ended up P8 then for Jerry. So as always, top 10 starts on the tyres they qualified on. Outside, you get free choice. So there's your fun rundown of the qualifying. Casson taking pole from Mark, followed by Mirari, Pavel, Neved, Rowe, Beefs, Jerry, Leclerc, Mr. Fist, and then missing out on your top 10 with no time is Hobb. And disqualification there for Greifus. Obviously, driving backwards on the track is not going to get you anywhere. So that is the end of the qualifying. And we'll get this race underway with shortly. That's no use. I was trying to find out who won what titles last season, but in all honesty, I've forgotten. So apologies for that. I was going to tell you who won what. I think Rowe did quite well from my memory last season, so we'll keep an eye on him. But last season's a completely different thing. If this was still 2018, then you can base it on that. But this is a whole new ballpark. 2019 cars feel so much different. Certain tracks, a pad has an advantage over a wheel, which when you think about it is odd. But that's the way it is, unfortunately, at the moment. And apologies for that. I'm just changing the screen. And we'll get the formation lap underway with. And here we go. So, oh, there we go. My UI wasn't working. Just seen a few issues with starting off races so far this game. Let's have a look at tyres. I had a race the other day that suddenly just started. We were expecting a formation lap. 4 red lights went on, and then everything went off, and there was people racing. It caught out a few drivers, including some of the best drivers in the world. Well, one of the best drivers in the world, should we say. He was caught out by a race starting a bit prematurely. But we are here on the formation lap now. 12 cars on the grid. Hopefully, we'll end up with 12 finishing. I'll settle with 10. And Casson will be taking us round then. Setting this pace. Only person on not soft tyres is down in 11th, and that is going to be Hobb. He's going to be starting on the mediums. Be interested to see what strategy he goes for. I'm going to I reckon most strategies are going to be softs to hards. Depends how long you can make those hard tyres last. The mediums will be doing medium to hard, but will be a lot easier on their tyres. They can push it a little bit harder. The softs to hards will have quite a long stint on their softs, and then a very long stint on the hards, and they'll be struggling for grip potentially towards the end. Whereas Hob shouldn't be struggling too much. He's just got to stay with the pack while they're on the soft tyres. He's got to stay with them, stay with the top, let's say top 5, and he'll have a great chance as the race develops. 29 laps then of the Albert Park track. As we're now just waiting for everyone to take up positions. Casson up the front, taking up his place. And we are nearly ready to go then for the first race of Season 3 here for MRC. Just waiting for Gryford to take up position at the back. And here we go. 5 red lights. And we're away then for Season 3 of MRC here at Australia. Jump start then for Gryford at the back. He did reverse up to try and get a little bit of room. But he's at the back as everyone looks. Oh, Gryford's disqualified already. That is not a good start. There's several cars off track. And there's a Renault spinning. That is Mirari. He's facing the wrong way. Gryford's disqualified. I'm not sure how he's got disqualified already. And Neved, a terrible start as he's dropped the whole way to the back. And there's more contact going on up ahead. It seems like we're playing bumper cars here today. I'll stay on board then with Leclerc as we're going through turn 5. As Jerry is leading Rowe. Let's go on board actually with Beefs. As Rowe looking to dive down the inside there. Jerry takes the place beautifully. Beefs is also coming through. Rowe comes across to defend against Beefs, who got a decent drive off the corner. And Jerry's losing out once again. And he could lose out again. Never's looking to slide one down the inside. And almost has Jerry there. And now he's up. Jerry's blocking him. He's trying to come past. He's now on the inside then to turn 11, and there's some McLaren at the rear trying to come past as well. Jerry is dropping like a stone. I think he must have some severe front wing damage. He's really struggling. Neved is getting up then past Leclerc. A lot of overtakes happening on this opening lap. Let's have a quick look at the position changes to try and keep track of that. Mirari obviously dropping the whole way to the back. We've got on board there with Leclerc. Is he trying to battle with Neved? Is he going to sell one down the inside? No, he's just too far back this time around. As Casson comes across the line, Mark is in the pits already. Has he got some front wing damage? Rose also in. We'll have a quick look at that. So let's have a look. Definitely front wing there for Rowe. Definitely front wing for Mark. Jerry as well. It is front wing city here in the pit lane. And I assume Hob is going front wing as well. It is, yeah. It's been a heavy pit stop session then already, and let's have a quick look up at Leclerc on the back end of Neved. 0.8 of a second between them. Has Leclerc got a bit of front wing damage, or is he just a little bit slow through that corner? Let's have a quick look. Yeah, he's missing that front left end plate. It has been a messy start then to this Grand Prix. We've had one DNFer who got disqualified for reversing somehow on the grid. I'm not sure how he managed that. But Pavel is actually gaining in a little bit on Casson. It's 1.3 already. We haven't even finished the second lap. DRS will be enabled at the end of this lap. But that will not come into play until we come round the... until we go past turn 10 on the straight between 10 and 11. At the moment, no one is within range. As Pavel makes a little mess of that corner. He's going to lose a little bit of time and does. Casson sets once again the fastest lap, no surprise there. 25.4 then for him. DRS, there you go, confirmation that it is enabled. Neved is just under a second behind Beefs. He's going to have to stick this gap. Pavel just picking up a 3-second penalty already. That's not the best start for him. Neved in P5, 1.1 seconds off the back of Beefs. He is in the same position he started. Mr. Fist, actually, I didn't notice that. He jumped 7 places so far. He's up into 3rd. He's had a storm, obviously helped by a lot of issues for other cars with front wing damage. He's jumped on that opportunity and seized it with 2 hands. Neved now has 0.75 between himself and the car in front, who kicks up a little bit of dust into Neved's face. And that's Still 0.75 between them as we come up to the Clark chicane. This is where it's going to matter for Nevid. Can he stay with him through this corner? Can he get the drive off that he needs? 0.78 now. Is he going to go up too high? 0.8. It should be okay for Nevid to get DRS. And it looks okay, so he will get DRS. He won't be making an overtake here unless Beast gets a terrible drive off the corner, but he's actually lost 0.4, 0.3 in that one corner alone. DRS is not going to save him from that situation, and I don't think he's not going to get DRS down the home straight. Detection point is there. He's 0.1 out of getting that DRS. However, towards the back, we'll quickly flip back towards it. Let's see how these corners go quickly for these guys. One's looking okay. Let's flip back then to Hob on Jerry. This is the last of the points positions. And these guys have both made pit stops. Different tyre compounds on these cars, so it should be an easy overtake them for Hob. DRS open, sticking it down the inside, and Hob is up to P10. Jerry will not be fighting. Ooh, I say no, won't be fighting this. Difference in tyre. Oh, just looked like his wheel got stuck. That is not good news for Jerry. I think it just looked like his wheel got stuck off as he came off the corner. It wasn't a case of he over accelerated, he just kept turning right. Oh dear, oh dear. Let's quickly look up then towards Nevid. Still trying to close down on the rear end of Beefs. 0.7 between them. And again, he's going to get DRS from the car in front. And Beast is actually closing up on Mr. Fist. 0.1, 0.2 between. Jerry has retired there, no surprise there. Not very happy, and Nevid, a little bit of corner cuts in there, but he has that DRS. Beefs doesn't have DRS, and Nevid actually managed to not lose too much time then through the turn 11 and 12. And Mr. Fist has made a mistake up ahead. Beast is going to capitalise on that. Down the inside of Stewart he goes, and he's up into the P3. Mr. Fist looking to come back, backs out of it, takes a little bit of grass as well for his troubles. And here's Beefs up into P3. Mr. Fist is not going to get DRS. Nevid is going to get DRS. He is past Mr. Fist. Mr. Fist is going to have a look down the inside. I don't think he will. He's a little too far back at this stage. But Nevid is going to get DRS. Beefs doesn't have DRS. Oh, he does. He's a little bit late on using it. It's going to allow Nevid to close up a little bit more. Leclerc's in the pits. And Nevid is not going to go through unless he's going to try and run the outside of 4. He's not going to. And Leclerc back at the very back of the pack now as he pits. Yellow in sector 3. I want to look at it, but I want to stay with this battle between Nevid and Beast. Beast locks up a little bit. Nevid's going to... Oh, he doesn't get the drive he wanted off the corner. Now he's going to go around the outside of 8. Is he going to take him under braking into 9? He backs off this time. He knows there's DRS straight coming up. He knows he's got a chance to take it. Crucially, though, Mr. Fist behind these guys in 5th is in with the DRS as well, as Hob picks up a 5-second penalty for spinning in the pit lane. Here comes Nevid. Oh, he's steering in too early into turn 12. That's what's catching him out. And so he has to get off the accelerator and steer around the corner. And that's losing him a few tenths every single time he does it. He needs to work out what his line through that corner is. Because it could be costly for him. Hob is still in the pits. He's down there in 10th. Let's quickly see where he is. He's just come out of the pits. So he's going to come out a bit ahead of these guys. He's just come out behind Pavel. But here's Nevid. DRS open down the home straight. He's not going to go for it here. Catch up for the first DRS. Now you take the advantage of it. Look at the drive he got off that corner. Which way is he going? He just nudged the back end of Beast. He couldn't get it. Tries under braking. Round the outside he goes. Beautiful overtake for Nevid. But it's not all done yet. And now it is. I thought Beast was going to have him back around the outside of 4. But this is a beautiful camera angle of these two battling. Nevid up into 3rd place. Up into the podiums. Beefs now is just behind. He's going to work out what he needs to do. We're still early in this race. It is only lap 6 of 29. And yeah, so we will see how they go. So Beast is going to be within DRS. Holt's picking up a 3-second penalty back there. He's not having a good day. He's currently in 10th. So Beast, is he going to take advantage of Nevid slow through his corners? And he looks quite good through it. DRS is open, but Nevid is just too far ahead. Oh, Beast loses the back end. He's held it. I thought he had a tank slapper on there. He takes a little corner cut. Doesn't pick up a penalty for his troubles. But I thought he was going to put that one into the wall. as we've seen a few do today. So he's still within DRS. Yes, he does have it down the home straight. He has now fallen out in 1 second, but he already had that DRS from before. And there's actually a battle going on behind. Let's quickly look back at it. It's Rowe and Mirari. 0.167 between them. Rowe, I thought he was going to go down the inside there, but it doesn't. Mr. Fist picks up a 5-second penalty for spinning the pit lane. Mirari sends it into the pit lane. Rowe is unleashed with DRS. Now, Mark is a bit up the field. He's probably about 1.3 up ahead. Rowe's going to use that DRS. He's 1.8, sorry. I thought he was closer than that. But Rowe's got a double DRS. He could close up a fair bit now. And he will have a great chance on the next DRS straight if he can stick with it. Let's have a quick look. We've had a look at the position changes for a while. Let's look at tyre situations. So obviously a fair few pitted after lap 1 due to front wing damage. So top 4 still to pit. They're all on 6-lap-old softs. Mark and Rowe 5-lap-old softs. And that'll be a new wing then for Rowe. This is going to be his second year of the day. He is going to be frustrated. He's now just got to compose himself. He knows he's made a mistake. He's got to stop making mistakes. I think this is frustration, or this is just him angry, trying to take himself out. He's just got to get... He's really struggling for grip. With no end plate on that car, you just struggle to get that car turning in, particularly on those high-speed corners. And it was showing there for Rowe. He's not going to be on his way to the pits as Nev... He tries to take himself out. Rowe has retired from session. As you might have guessed after that. So let's have a look. Where are we going to have a look at? Let's see where Pavel. He's come out on those hard tyres. Fortunately for Rowe, it's not caused a safety car as yet. If that caused a safety car, there could be a bit of a problem for him. Yellow's still there in sector 3. Hopefully that car can be recovered and we don't have any form of safety car. Not what you want. So Pavel, what is the gap to the leader then? It is 26.2 seconds. It looks like Casson should have this one covered off when he does decide to pit. So we'll keep an eye on that gap. Casson will be pitting the next couple of laps or so. In fact, let's go have a quick look with him. He's not even got a green spanner on his screen, so it's not even at the pit window yet. It doesn't matter, he's in the pits anyway. So race leader in the pits. As he slowed down, he has. Neved is just only 18 seconds behind. Will he send this one into the pits? He's getting towards that stage of the race. Neved, yep, he's bringing it in. So Pavel will go past Neved. Where is Cassin? He's coming out on the hards. So Pavel has not been able to do the undercut. I mean, it was going to be a big ask anyway. And he's not far behind. He's going to have warm tyres. I don't think he's going to be getting onto the back of Cassin. Cassin has a 2.6 second, 2.5 second lead coming out of turn 2. He shouldn't lose that much time just on cold tyres. So he will be holding on to that lead for a little bit longer. Mark hasn't pitted. He's on 7-lap-old softs. Oh, Mr. Fist is on the back of Neved. Neved just coming out of the pits. Cold hards compared to warm mediums. Mr. Fist should be able to find an overtaking opportunity. He's just got to make these tyres work for him. And Neved, the exact same thing applies to him. He's got to make his tyres work. He needs to be able to pull away from Mr. Fist before they get to the DRS section, which is coming up in a little bit. Mirari, 3-second penalty for corner cutting. He's down there in 8th. He doesn't really have pressure from Hobb, but that's a corner cut there from Mr. Fist. That could have made a little miss of that corner for him. He took too much of that corner, and that's actually slowed him down. Never getting the drive off. As both lifting off a little bit to go through this corner. Can Mr. Fist get the drive? He's got the DRS. He's 0.38 behind, and he's actually falling back. Never got a better exit then from turn 12. Mr. Fist is driving aggressively. He's looking to take out all those corners to try and get onto the back of then Neved. Pavel with a 3-second penalty up there in 2nd. That's not his first actually, so that one could be big come the end of the race. he should have Beefs covered off because Mark will be pissing again. But Mr. Fist then is starting to drop back from Livid. 1.1 is the gap. He's got another DRS though, that will close him up a little bit. But not really enough to make an overtake attempt or even consider an overtake attempt at this stage. A little lock up going to 3. So Mr. Fist will now be consolidated position. Have a quick look at Mark. He's on 8-lap old softs. He's going to be struggling for grip. Probably right now. Yellow in sector 1. That's Leclerc's had an off by the looks of things. Yeah, he has. That's the exit then of turn 4. He's obviously just put the power down a little too soon. And looks like he's escaped without any damage on that car. Good news for him. As Mark has escaped any issues at turn 12. I was wondering if he was going to. That's why I was looking at him, because he's on slightly worn soft tyres. I was just wondering if that back end might step out on him. He hasn't, and he's still in 3rd place. He will drop a few places when he decides to pit. I'm just wondering what his tactic is right now. He's got 18 laps to go. Can he make a set of mediums last 18 laps? That is going to be the question that he's going to be asking himself right about now. I would have thought, do you play it safe? Mr. Fist has not played it safe. He is out of the race. Oh, that is a big crash. That's on the home straight. That could cause a safety car. He's just lost the back end coming off the final corner and has wrecked that Red Bull. That is a wreck and a half. So Mr. Fist then will be DNFing, unfortunately for him. He was doing so well. He was up in the points, well, quite high in the points as everyone is at the moment. Unfortunately, it's not going to work out for him. It's gone back on board with Mark. 9 seconds off Pavel in P2. So let's keep an eye on him as he's coming up towards this tricky turn 11 and 12. He's actually taking it really carefully through there. No opposite lock going on through the exit of turn 12. We've seen a fair few people do that today. Now he's going to come in the snap. Is he going to put the mediums on? These are the questions we're wondering. Is he going to provide us with an answer? If he doesn't provide us with an answer, there's something wrong. He is in the pits then. What is he going to go for? What is his tyre of choice in this situation? We're on 12 of 29. Can he make mediums last? He's playing it cautious though. He's gone on to the hards. Which all honestly is a shame. I think from his position he might as well have gone for a set of mediums. The gap towards the back is so big. He's going to lose out to his teammate. He might... No, Leclerc's too far back, so he's not going to lose to Leclerc. He has come out though on the back end of his teammate. Fresh as rubber. He's now just got to get it up to operating temperature, which is going to take the best part of a lap. And then he can start carving up the gap to Ferrari up in P5. It's not out of the realms of possibility of him catching up to Nevid though. It is about 12 seconds up the field, but it is all possible with fresh tyres. Penalties as well will help him. Ferrari showing us what a penalty looks like with 3 seconds for him. Beef's up in 3rd place, 18 seconds off the back of Pavel. It's really starting to look like a one-horse race out front. Kassan is 4.7 seconds clear of Pavel, and Pavel already has 6 seconds of penalties. So not going too well for him. Quick look at the pit stops. Everyone has stopped. Mark and Hobb have stopped twice. Hobb is not having a good day, that is for sure. And Mark's down 4 places. Beef's up 4 places. So those are your big losers and big gainers. Obviously Rowe and Jerry losing out a fair few places. They are DNF'd. Quick run through of what has happened so far to the drivers. DNFing drivers disqualified. Almost before he got to the first corner, I think. He had a drive-through penalty for a jump start. I think he, from what I've heard, the car put it into reverse or something. And that's what happened there. Jerry had looked like a wheel lock. His steering wheel locked as he came off turn 13 and he just drove into the wall. Or was it? Yeah, turn 13 or... Yeah, somewhere around turn 13 or 14, I can't remember which one, sorry. He drove straight into the wall as a result. Then he tried to drive away and his steering wheel locked the other way. That's what it looked like from my point of view. It could have been something different, I don't know. He could have just been frustrated and wanted to crash into the wall. Like Rowe did. He had a little issue at... I can't remember which corner now, but he had another issue on turn 7 and he lost the front wing. He then drove on straight at 13 into the wall and DNF'd. And Mr. Fist had lost the back end on the final corner and drove into the pit wall. So that's how we stand. We're on lap 14 of 29. And we are keeping our eyes on Neved and Mark at the moment, actually. Because they are within 2 seconds of the guy in front. And we can see some overtakes in the next few laps. Let's put those tyres back on so you can see how people are doing. Mark is just coming to the end of his second lap on these tyres, which is going to be good for him. He's now 1.8 behind his teammate. Neved is 1.5 behind Beefs, and this is a battle for the last of the podium position, so it's crucial just to get on the podium here. Particularly first race of the season, you want to put down a marker early and go, look, I'm quick, come after me. I mean, that's what Caston's doing pretty darn well. He hasn't really had much of battling to do. He qualified at the front and he got away at the front. All the action's been in the backfield where people have been spinning left, right and centre, particularly after turn 2. I'm not sure entirely what happened. I think I might have seen it, but we will have a look later on potentially. Murray's having connection issues. That's why Mark is closing up so much. I just see that red X next to his name when he gets close, and that is a connection issue. And basically it almost means to Mark, be careful, because this guy's may suddenly just lag and catch you out. Even if you think you're going to ghost, it can still catch you out. So Mark is 1.6 behind. Oh! Murray's in the wall. And Murray has left the session in just pure anger then. He just lost it on the exit of turn 13, similar to what Jerry did, and Hobb has retired as well. Where's that? Not sure where that is. It says yellow in sector 2. So, a couple of quick DNFs there, unfortunately, by the looks of things. Let's go back up to Neved as he's closing down Beefs. Hopefully we'll see a wreckage. There's a yellow here. Has he lost it here? There he is. He's just a virtual safety car. He's just plummeted it straight into the wall. Looks like he lost the back end and just put it into the wall, unfortunately, for Hobb. So effectively two DNFs in such a short space of time. The virtual safety car is out, and this is Neved's chance to utilise this to gain up to the back end. I'm just wondering, is anyone going to pit unexpectedly? That is what I'm wondering right now. And Pavel, is going to take advantage of the virtual safety car and get a cheeky pit stop in. Similarly to what the Ferrari did earlier this season, the actual F1. Or last season, wasn't it? Sorry. So he's going to get almost a free pit stop there. He puts on a set of mediums. He's going to lose a bit of time, but not too much. But have some tyres that he can go racing on. Neved is also taking advantage of the virtual safety car. It's still out. It's quite a long virtual safety car. And it has just been disabled as Neved got to the pit line there. So Pavel is out on fresh mediums. Beefs isn't far behind. 1.5 seconds is the gap there. I don't suspect Pavel will be taken by Beefs, but Pavel does have a fair few penalties to his name, and I suspect he'll be picking up more as the race goes on. Neved is coming out in P6 right behind Leclerc. Leclerc picks up a 3-second penalty as a result. Could have been put off by Neved X in the pits. I think he might have been. That's not going to help his cause. So Caston out front with a 24.8 second lead then from Pavel. It's all going well for him so far, as we are on effectively 6 drivers. Mirari has left the session, and Leclerc has left a little bit of dirt on the track after that little excursion. But Neved has got that gap down to under 1 second. As we're coming up to the DRS detection point then, which is going to be around this corner. And it is around here. There it is. So Nevid might have actually just missed out there. Is it the cold tyres? Yeah, I think it could have been. Just didn't get the drive that you wanted off Clark. He's still going to be within a second, potentially. The next detection point is just the other side of this bridge. And that is much better. He's definitely within it this time. Now, can he make use of the DRS? He's going to have the better tyres. Leclerc on 11 up old hards. Nevid on fresh mediums. 0.4 is the gap as they come around the final corner. Leclerc goes defensive. Nevid DRS wide open. Is he going to be taken under braking? No, he's not. He's going to play it safe because he knows he's got another DRS just here. I mean, that's pretty simple. He's just outpowered him. Up he goes. Let's go on board quickly with Leclerc. Is he going to think about a dive? No, he's not. He's happy to sit back. He just didn't want to run like that, though. He does. Leclerc's one thing going for him. He does have a pit stop spare. He could go for it and try and set the fastest lap of the race if he feels that is worth it. The car behind is Ferrari, 30 seconds behind, but Ferrari isn't actually in the race. So Leclerc is going to have to be working out two things here. Does he go for the fastest lap? And is Nevid's tyres going to drop off towards the end? And are his going to last? Is that going to allow him a chance to come back? I suspect the answer to the latter is no. But we'll see as we go. He's 2.4 seconds off the back of Nevid as Pavel goes fastest on those mediums. He's 23 seconds off the race lead. Let's see, Nevid, he could be going faster than Pavel just done. He's 8 seconds off the back of Mark, which is not out the realms of rear. Until we're on lap 18 of 29. Is Nevid going to go fast? This he does. And it's a 24.46. Let's have a quick look at the said fastest laps. Pavel did a 25.1 and Nevid has absolutely smashed it. Obviously helped by DRS, but absolutely smashed Pavel's fastest lap. And the next fastest to them is a 25.1 for Rowe, who's DNF'd. He also did that on soft tyres. Castle isn't exactly slow. He's a second. His fastest lap is a second slower than Nevid, so but he would have done that on the soft tyres as well. And right, so Nevid is 7.6 seconds off the back of Mark. He'll be looking to try and close in over the next few laps. Can he catch up then to Mark? Oh, I'm just trying to adjust my microphone. There we go. 7.4 is his gap. Leclerc is 5.8 off the back, and I think that is Leclerc's not going to be finding that anytime soon. He's 13 laps in on his hards. Mark is 6 laps on his hards. And Mark will actually could be closing up on B, so have to keep an eye on his time as well. They're both about the same right now, 6.8, 6.9. There we go, Leclerc has gone in for the pits. Is he going to set? I think he can get away with some softs at this point. He's going conservative, he's going for mediums. So he'll be trying to set some fast laps in the rest of this race. Nevid is 6.5 off the back of Mark, who's slightly cutting into Beef's time. 6.6 is the gap there. So we can see a really interesting end to this race. Leclerc won't be bothering these guys, but he'll be happy to just finish at this stage. So many DNFs so far. So let's have a look at Mark as he's coming up to turns 11 and 12. No issues for him whatsoever through that corner. He's 6.6 off the back of Beefs. Beefs with 4 lap older hard tyres. But Nevid's the man we are watching. He is flying. He's got to find 6 seconds. Well, effectively, just say 7 seconds in 7 laps. Really, when you think about it, because that gives him a chance to overtake. Beef's 3-second penalty for him for multiple warnings. That could be music to Mark's ears. Obviously, I've not kept track of all the penalties. It's quite hard to do so. If only Codemaster could actually put that into the game, that would be really helpful. Just put a little plus next to them, we can find out how many penalties they've got. But Pavel definitely has a lot of penalties. I know he's got 9 seconds so far. I don't believe Kassan has any. So Mark has cut that gap down to less than 6 seconds from Beefs. He is flying out there now on lap 20 of 29. This isn't going to be helping Nevid though. With Mark flying as he is, Mark's going to catch up to Beefs as Nevid catches up to Mark, if Nevid can actually get there. It's going to be interesting to see how we go. So just keep an eye, as always, on those gaps. Kassan well out front, 23-second lead he has over Pavel. Obviously Pavel has done an extra stop under the virtual safety car to get some fresh boots on. Nevid also going for it. Claire stopping after Nevid overtook him, just because he could at the end of the day. He had nothing to lose. He's 31 seconds off the back of Nevid, so he'll be finishing where he is, bearing any issues, that is, should I say. So Mark is now 4.8 seconds off the back of Beefs. He's hunting him down. He's going to soon be starting to see him. Just starting to get flickers of him as we go through some of the corners. Ooh. And there's the Revenant bug. So we're no longer going to be watching Mark, sorry. Hopefully that can get himself sorted. Yep. So let's go back on board with Nevid, who's 4.8. Actually, let's go on board with Beefs, who is up in 3rd place, who's being hunted. 4.3 back is Mark. Only a few laps between them on tyre wear. As we're coming towards the end of lap 21 of 29. So 4.1 gap between, 3.9 now between Mark and Beefs. Has Mark got it in his locker to catch up? Can he make the tyres last? It's going to be interesting to see these closing laps. And can Nevid catch up as well? I don't think Nevid is. He's starting to sort of just drop back a little bit. 6.8 seconds off the back of Mark, who's 3.6 seconds off the back of Beefs. He is absolutely going for it. Let's have a quick look at him. I know we just shouldn't because of this Revenant bug. 56% on his ERS compared to 39 from Beefs. Kassan has pitted from the race lead. He's going to be going for the fastest lap then, get some fresh softs on that car. Why not? You've got a 26-second lead. Where is Pavel? He's nowhere near him. Kassan is already heading down the pit lane. And Kassan is now coming out of the pit lane. Oh, Pavel pushing the car to the edge. Kissing the wall ever so slightly, but Kassan is back out in the lead. Pavel can at least see him for a little bit before Kassan just drifts off into the distance. And let's have a look. Is Mark still Revenant? He is. We'll just go for the wide shot on him in all honesty. He's 3.3 off the back of Beefs. As Leclerc picks up, you can now see the man in front of him. 2.9, he's getting there. Yellow in sector 1. As Nevid, he's lost the back end. As he picks up some front wing damage for his troubles, I think the answer to that is yes. Yes, he has. Front left is decimated on that Alpha. And that's going to be good news for Leclerc. Can he close up? It looks a little slow actually through that corner. Now, he's never... What's he going to do? Is he going to come into the pits, change that nose, but put on a set of brand new softs, or is he going to try and limp round for the rest of the race? I think you might as well come in for softs, lose the position to Leclerc, but know that you've got superior tyres and take it back off him. It all depends on, I reckon, how much he loses over the rest of this lap. He's really going to struggle as he come up here towards 11 and 12. He's judged it perfectly though. And he's still 24 seconds ahead at last count. That's a yellow in sector 1 and 3. Who's caused that? I'm not sure who's caused that. Doesn't know anyone's caused that. Oh well. Mark is closing up still. Onto the back of Beast. 1.2 between these guys now. Mark will be getting DRS next time to get to it, assuming he can keep up this pace. He's under the 1 second window now. Yellow once again in sector 1 and 2 now. That's why Pavel has had an off. Pavel from P2 is now dropped down to P3, and Mark will make short work of him, I suspect. Has Pavel got any front wing damage? He's just dropped like a stone. Mark is trying to go round the inside. Contact there. Neither of them coming off bad, but Mark gets the drive off the corner. Pavel has to now sit back into P4, knowing he's got a lot of penalties. He's got some fresher tyres, but can he make those tyres work? We're on lap 24 of 29, looking to go round the outside, and Mark gets a penalty. Pavel is off track in an attempt to get past him. He's not working his gears properly. That's his issue there. He's lost time because of it as well. I think he might have slightly cooked his tyres. He's just got to take it a little bit easy to cool those tyres down. But Mark is now starting to once again close up to the back of Beast. He had to compete with Pavel for a little bit. It kind of cost him in his battle with Beefs. But he'll be happy that is not just for third place, it is now for second place. Beast will be happy as well, because you know whatever happens at the moment, he will be still be getting on the podium. There's my words, I've worked out what they were. Interesting enough though, Nevid has not pitted with his front wing damage. He's currently 22 seconds ahead of Leclerc. He will be struggling, which is going to be good news for Leclerc. But Leclerc just is unable seemingly to close up on into him. I think it would have been a different situation if Leclerc hadn't pitted. He would have been very close. Now Mark is very close. He's got that DRS on Beast as we come through 11 and 12. Get that power down, get that DRS open. Which way is he going to go? Is he going to try around the outside? He's not going to try either way at the moment. Jerry's left the session. He's DNF'd a while ago. Mark is going to get the DRS once again on the home straight as he's still on the back end there of Beefs. Beefs is trying to drive the widest car available. That is a horrible sound, that DRS bug. It's a shame that you can't choose the camera angles better. There we go, so we're now back on board with Mark. We're not on board with Mark, but oh! Beast run a little wide there, and that is now Mark to easily walk past him. And Beast is going to be nowhere near an attempt to take that position back. And it's looking like Mark is going to take the second step at the podium. I have been told Pavel has issues with his gearbox. Is that a problem in game gearbox? Is that a problem with choosing gears? I'm not sure which it is, but it is not making pretty sounds, that's for sure. As he'll be coming under pressure from Nevid soon. Nevid with that front wing damage could actually take P4 here. Pavel does have penalties. Nevid has penalties as well. And this could be crucial. Leclerc isn't going to be catching up to Nevid, so Nevid's just got his eyes set on Pavel, who is having some real issues with his gearbox. We'll see it coming up here. He's looking actually alright through those gear changes. Let's see, now we're coming to a hard braking zone. He's just over revving it occasionally. Maybe it's just looking alright now. He's got a 7-second lead at the moment from Neved. That's a yellow in sector 3. That's Leclerc. He's had a spin. That is at turn 12. Surprisingly enough, still in the race, but no front wing on that car anymore. He'll be on his way back to the pits because not much you can do with that. Let's have another quick look at Pavel, see how he's doing. He's definitely got problems with that gearbox. You can watch those gears, just see how they change. Particularly the upshifts. Downshifts aren't too bad. He's severely under revving the car. He's got a 6.2 lead to the man behind. Is it enough? Oh, just shifting, double shifting here and there. It's having a lot of problems here today. Could this? It's already cost him a podium. Could it cost him a P4? Just keeping an eye on that gear changing here. So here we go. Power down. 5th. 6th, then down 5 immediately. That's fine. Well, that's looking fine at the moment. It just seems to have a problem. It's very intermittent, this issue. Well, there was a double skip just there. You saw it. Missed out gear 6, just went straight to 7. And Nevin is 5.3 seconds off the back of him. And Leclerc did pit. He's got some fresh mediums, no softs apparently by the looks of things for him available. Ferrari will probably be discounted as he's not in the session anymore. So we've got a long race here. Let's see how he does 3rd, 4th, 5th. Timing these well. That one looks right. Could have been a little bit higher on the revs for 6 to 7. Seems to be a very intermittent issue then for Pavel. He has still got a 5-second lead from Neved behind. There, double shift just there. He's just every now and again it's a double shift, which is just going to lose him a little bit of time. Yeah, it's not helping him. Race leader Kassan is on the final lap, and so is Pavel, sorry. Neville? No, Pavel is on the final lap, so is Neville. So let's go on board with current race leader. He has a 25-second lead from Mark. Has he got the fastest lap? Let's have a look. He does, with a 23.27. Very comfortable is his fastest lap. And he's going to take home the opening race of Season 3, bearing any last minute issues. So final couple of corners then for Kassan in the McLaren. He's going to take home the Australian Grand Prix to start us off for Season 3 then of MRC, as he comes across the line and takes the race win. And Mirari comes across the line as well, down a lap. Mark is going to take P2. I think we're going to see a lot of position changes through penalties. Mark has 6.5 second lead to Beast. We're going to skip over Mark because there's Revelstenberg. So Beast coming around the final corner there. He's got a 6.8 second gap to Mark. It's going to be 7 seconds by the time he gets the line, so no changes through penalties for them. But this is where we could see a few changes. Pavel and Neved. Pavel comes across the line and has never done enough to get him through the penalties. He has. He jumped up there on the checkered flag. Pavel just outdid himself on the penalty front. Neved claimed P4. Pavel's race was an absolute mare. Obviously has some gear issues, which cost him severely. And there we go. So let's have a quick final rundown of those final positions for you right now. There you go, Casson taking the race win. No penalties. Start at the front, finish at the front. No penalties, no problems whatsoever for him in the McLaren. Mark in second, followed by Beefs. Neved with the gearbox issue coming home behind. Sorry, Pavel had the gearbox issue behind Neved. Didn't help himself through penalties, unfortunately. That's the way the cookie crumbles. Ferrari DC'd, ended up P6. So Leclerc will probably get promoted up to there. And DNFers then of Hobb, Mr. Fist, Roy, Jerry, and disqualification there for Greifers for starting issues, I think is the best way to put it. So thanks everyone for being here for the opening race. We'll be back same time next week, that's 7 o'clock UK time, for round number 2. So join me then. Thanks for all for being here. Goodbye.